Hello everyone, I'm Em. Welcome back to TechBlock. Today we're doing part 2 of the TechBlock overclocking series, I guess, on the Ryzen 2700X CPU, 32GB of HyperX Predator RGB RAM, and the ASUS RX Vega 64 ROG Strix graphics card as well. So today we're actually going to be overclocking the CPU. In the previous episode we pretty much just messed around with power plans as well as memory timings and memory speed on the HyperX RAM. So in this video we're going to be using the DOCP DDR4 3200MHz profile at timings of 16, 18, 18, 36 at 1.35 volts. So that is our memory timings and megahertz and all that. So that's all good. I might mess around with the BCLK frequency, but if we do, that might be in a different video entirely where we just try to push every little bit out of the CPU to try to get a better score in Cinebench and Unigine heaven and all. So we're going to begin overclocking the CPU and running multiple tests on the performance enhancer. So this is what I found works really well with my CPU at least, and I seem to get the best results, but I'm going to try other methods as well. But for now we're just going to mess around with the performance enhancer settings and see what results we can gather. So it's currently set to auto. Let's select that and select level 1. So we're going to begin with a level 1 performance enhancer overclock. I'm going to run Cinebench a bunch of times, Unigine heaven, try a bunch of power plants and stuff, and then jump onto level 2, 3, and 4. However, I kind of doubt we're going to be stable on level 4, as I have tried that before, and my PC is not stable on level 4 overclock, as your voltages are pretty high, and because your voltages are high, your temperatures are high, and it's not a good time on level 4 overclock from my experience anyway. But we're going to begin with level 1, so let's exit out of BIOS. I am also switching back to a superior DOCP overclock from the test we gathered in the previous episode. So let's wait for Windows to restart, and then we'll run Cinebench a million times again on various power plants. However, today we're not going to be running any tests on the power saver mode whatsoever. That was kind of like a little joke, I guess, where we ran tests in high performance, Ryzen balanced, the normal balanced profile, and then power saver. There is also a Ryzen Ultimate, or ultimate power mode for Ryzen, which is like a Windows power plan that you can apply. So I'm gonna look around online, see if I can download that, and then I'll probably do a separate video where we try to enable the ultimate power plan and see what happens then. All right, so we've made our way into Windows, and before I run any of the Cinebench runs, I do go into Task Manager and I pretty much turn off any unnecessary programs that are just taking up system resources. So apparently right now we're using up 3.3 gigs of memory, and the CPU's jumping about here and there. So we're going to turn off a bunch of unnecessary programs like update managers and stuff. So ASUS file transfer server, what the heck is that? NZXT cam software, let's turn all that off. Razer has a million applications all the time, so we're going to turn all of those off. We have Chroma SDK, Razer Synapse, kill all of those. Samsung Magician, turn that off. And I've also enabled Do Not Disturb in Windows, just so we have no unnecessary notifications coming up all the time whilst we run Cinebench. So pretty much everything is turned off in Windows, nothing's running. So we should be good to begin all of our testing for Cinebench. We are currently on the AMD Ryzen balanced power plan. Let's turn this off, just so we have nothing running in the background at all, and press on run. So once again, I'm going to be calculating all the results. I'm going to grab 3 results, add them all up, divide by 3, so we have an average score there for various different power plans. So once again, I'm going to go over the Ryzen balanced, and high performance, and kind of see what results are going to be the best here. Okay, first result of 1818. That is the best score we've ever gotten so far. So the level 1 overclock is definitely working. Let's press on run once again. A second score of 1821, and run it for a third time. And 1821 again. So that is an average score of 1820 right there. Let's switch over to high performance and see if we get any different results here. So the best we've gotten so far is 1821. Okay, 1819 for the first run on high performance. 1818. And then 1822. So that is an average score of 1819 right there for high performance. And finally, let's go over to balanced, aka recommended apparently, and run Cinebench once again. 1818. Okay, 1815, that is the lowest score we've gotten so far. Followed by 1814. On the normal balanced power plan, we got an average score of 1815. So the results so far fall pretty in line with what we got yesterday as well. High performance and Ryzen balanced seem to give us the best results on Cinebench so far, with balanced falling slightly behind. Right, so we gathered our data for Cinebench on the level 1 overclock. Now let's see if there's been any improvements in our FPS on Unigine Heaven. So let's go ahead and press benchmark and see if there's been any improvements enabling the level 1 overclock on Performance Enhancer. Alright, the results are in. Average FPS of 111.9, a score of 2,819, a minimum FPS of 33.5, and a maximum FPS of 241.2. Okay, let's save that result and compare it to the previous results that we gathered. Alright, so taking a look at our previous results here for Unigine Heaven, this is our stock result, 111.8. This is our level 1 overclock. So this appears to be the second worst result we've gotten so far, which was kind of unexpected. I did expect this to be the best one so far, as we have, of course, overclocked the CPU a little bit now, but apparently not, I guess. This is the second worst result we've gotten so far. Well, let's go ahead and restart the PC, then hop into BIOS and enable level 2 overclock. There we go, we're back in BIOS. Right, let's go ahead and enable level 2 overclock and see what performance increases we have enabling level 2. So that's all we're gonna do. Performance enhancer level 1 to level 2. Let's do this. Okay, so once again, we're going to begin with the high performance power plan and run Cinebench. What will be our first score? I'm guessing like 1840. I think that should be reasonable, like 1840, 1850. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay then. 1819 for our first result. So 0 difference from level 1 to level 2 in high performance mode apparently. Let's see whether the second and third results are going to be different. Hopefully they are. 1823. Okay. And 1821. An average score of 1821. I'll be honest, not what I was expecting so far. Let's hop onto Ryzen Balanced. See if we can get some better results there, as Ryzen Balanced seems to give us the best Cinebench result so far. Okay, 1819. Okay. 1825, there we go, that's what I want to be seeing, some better scores, thank you. Alright, the final run, 1823, okay, divided by 3, an average score of 1822. So that is the best one we have so far, that's the best average score. Once again, Ryzen Balanced taking the crown for the power plan. Let's switch over to the regular balanced, aka recommended mode, and watch our score drop by a few points, I guess, as the regular balanced mode doesn't seem to be the best power plan for Ryzen. 1820, not a bad result. 1816 and 1822. Okay, divided by 3, that is an average score of 1819. So taking a look at our results so far for the level 2 overclock on Performance Enhancer, the high performance power plan gave us an average score of 1821, Ryzen Balanced gave us an average score of 1822, 1 point higher on average, and the normal balanced power plan gave us an average score of 1819. So like 3 points lower than Ryzen Balanced there. So pretty consistent results so far, Ryzen Balanced being the best, high performance being right behind it, and then balanced being a few points behind that. So pretty interesting results so far. Let's go back onto the power plan options, select Ryzen Balanced, as that seems to be the best one, and once again, run Unigine Heaven. Now, because we saw little to no increase at all on Cinebench, I'm also expecting there to be little to no increase on Unigine Heaven as well. Alright, the results are in. 112.4 for the average FPS, a score of 2,831, a minimum FPS of 35.6, and a maximum FPS of 241.9. I think this might just be our new high score for the overclocking series so far. Taking a look at our previous Unigine Heaven results here, for the level 1 performance enhancer setting, we had a score of 2,819. Taking a look at the level 2 performance enhancer setting, we got a score of 2,831. A minor increase there, but an increase nevertheless. However, we've not been able to beat our high score of 2,834. We're like 3 points behind from our high score, I guess. So hopefully by enabling the level 3 overclock, we'll be able to get a new high score, and that is what we're gonna do right now. So let's turn off Google Chrome, turn off Unigine Heaven. All right, performance enhancer, level 3 OC, that is what we want, perfect. Save changes, reset. All right, the real question is, will we get a new high score? What score are we gonna get? We got 1851, there we go. All right, so that's a score of 1851 for the first result. Once again, bear in mind that we are currently on the Ryzen Balanced power plan. Let's run it again. a second result of 1865. Holy crap. And then 1865 again. Damn, dude. So that's an average score there of 1860 on the Ryzen Balanced Power Plan. That may be the best score we get on here, but let's see if high performance can maybe pull a victory here and get some better scores for us. All right, here's the first run on the high performance power plan. The first score of 1867 on high performance. That is the best one we got so far. Let's run it again. Oh man. And the second result also being 1867. And what do you know? 1867 again. That has been the most consistent results. We got 1867 3 times in a row. The average for high performance is 1867. Okay. So the high performance power plan seems to have gotten us by far the best result so far, with the highest score we've gotten being 1867 3 times in a row. So that's pretty good. Let's switch over to the balanced, aka recommended power mode, and run Cinebench. Okay, we got a new high score again. 1869 on the balanced power plan. Interesting, very interesting. Ryzen Balanced was by far the best profile so far until we enabled the level 3 overclock. Everything changed. 1865. Once again, really good result. And run it for a third time. 1867. Okay, divide by 3. An average score of 1867 there. Alright, so the results so far have been pretty interesting. For the level 3 overclock on the high performance power plan, we got an average score of 1867, with the highest score being 1867. For the Ryzen Balanced power plan, we got an average score of 1860 and a maximum score of 1865. And then out of nowhere, the normal balanced, aka recommended power profile got an average score of 1867 as well, matching high performance mode, but got a higher maximum score of 1869. However, to keep things consistent whilst running Unigine Heaven, I'm going to continue to use the Ryzen Balanced power plan, just so we have the same power plan being used on Unigine Heaven. Okay, here we go. Let's press benchmark and we'll come back in a few moments. All right, 121.1. That is definitely not the highest score we've gotten so far. All right, so we had an average FPS of 112.1, a score of 2,823, a minimum FPS of 34.5, a maximum FPS of 241.7. So, this pretty much is not the highest result so far. I think the highest we got so far is like 2,835, I think. And unfortunately, during this benchmark run, we were not able to beat that. Right, so we've gathered our data for the level 3 overclock. It is now time to push it to the level 4 performance enhancer overclock and hope that the PC doesn't crash. But from my experience so far, the PC is not stable at the level 4 overclock, but we're gonna run it anyway and hopefully maybe get ourselves a brand new high score on Cinebench. Right, so here we go, performance enhancer, level 3 to level 4. Okay, save and reset, performance enhancer level 3 to level 4. And now we pray that the PC is stable during the Cinebench runs and Unigine Heaven. Alright, it appears we've made it into Windows, so that's good at least. Bear in mind that enabling the level 4 overclock on performance enhancer, on my CPU at least, the average clock speed is like 4.2, 4.3 maybe. So it's quite the step up from the level 3 overclock. And I really don't know how all these power plans are going to react to me having a level 4 overclock enabled. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. So once again, in Task Manager, let's turn off all the unnecessary programs, and then we'll wait a moment for everything to settle down. All right, the system seems to be very calm now. No activity at all going on the CPU or the SSD. So let's go ahead and run Cinebench. Now, I'm pretty sure during the first few runs, we're gonna get pretty close to 1913, but this ain't gonna be stable, boys. Let's check the power plan real quick. We are on the Ryzen Balanced power plan right now. Okay, yep. AMD Ryzen Balanced, here we go. And I don't know if this is, see? It's crashed already. The PC's frozen. So, gonna try a different power plan. Let's hop into BIOS once again. And I wanna make sure that we're still on the overclock. So yeah, still level 4 overclock. Everything's still good. Now the CPU voltage is currently set on auto. I've not done any CPU voltage adjustments or anything. So just on automatic, as that is what I have found works the best, I guess. The temperatures are definitely pretty high. I think closer to like 80 degrees, especially when we run Cinebench. And that is on the level 4 overclock. So what I'm gonna do now, first things first, is change the power plan from AMD Ryzen balanced to high performance, okay? And if that one crashes as well, we're gonna go to balanced, aka recommended. Now, if trying to run Cinebench on the AMD balanced power plan made us absolutely crash, I really don't have much hope for high performance working either. All right, so once again, I'll wait a few moments for everything to settle down in the OS. Yep, there we go. Everything's pretty much settled down. Let's launch Cinebench once again. Will we crash this time? Level 4 overclock on the high performance power plan. Now, okay, I think we went a little bit further there, but we crashed. Damn it, dude. Once again, gonna quickly hop into BIOS, make sure everything is still enabled. Yeah, level 4 overclock. All good, man. Right, balanced mode this time. Balanced, aka recommended. We're in Windows. High performance didn't work. AMD Ryzen balanced didn't work. Let's try the balanced, aka recommended power plan and pray that this somehow runs without crashing. Once again, go into Task Manager, update service, goodbye. ASUS, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Let's turn on Cinebench. This might possibly work this time, as we are on the balanced mode. Will we get further? Okay, this is the furthest we've gotten so far. Okay. Okay. Please don't crash now. We're so close. We're so close. Please. Hey! 1910. That's a pretty good score. 1910. Oh man. We are only 3 points behind our all-time high score. So we just got 1910. Let's run that again. Okay, I've given it like a minute or two to calm down. And let's go ahead and run Cinebench again. Let's see if we can get a brand new high score in this video. Okay, it's running. Will it crash on the second run? I hope not. But balanced seems to work fine with the level 4 overclock. Very interesting. Damn it, we got a score of 1908. Let's try that one more time. Oh man, 1910 again. All right, I'm just gonna continue running it until we get a new high score. Man, 1908 again. 1907. All right, so taking a look at our results here for the level 4 overclock high performance power plan, didn't run. Ryzen balanced power plan, nope, didn't run at all. However, the balanced power plan, the balanced aka recommended Windows power plan worked perfectly on the level 4 overclock on performance enhancer. I ran Cinebench 5 times on the balanced power plan. We got an average score of 1908 and a high score of 1910, 3 points behind our all-time best on Cinebench on this CPU. So we're only 3 points behind. That is really, really close. I think we can definitely beat it during this series, as we've apparently maybe possibly gotten it stable on the level 4 overclock. So Cinebench seems to run fine on the balanced power plan, surprisingly enough. Right, let's go ahead and run Unigine Heaven Benchmark 4.0 for the final time here. I think there's a pretty good chance that we're going to get a high score on Unigine Heaven Benchmark now. All right, let's press benchmark. And we'll be back in a few moments with hopefully a brand new high score on Unigine Heaven. Okay then, so as always, the Unigine Heaven Benchmark 4.0 score refuses to increase as we increase the CPU clock speed. So the FPS and score on Unigine Heaven Benchmark pretty much hasn't changed at all since we began overclocking. Alright, so that's pretty much going to be it for today's video then. Today we overclocked the Ryzen 7 2700X CPU using only the performance enhancer like level overclock settings, I guess. So for level 1, the highest score we got was 1820 on Ryzen balanced. For the level 2, the highest score we got was 1822 for, once again, the Ryzen balanced power plan. On the level 3 overclock, we got a high score of 1869 on the normal Windows balanced power plan. And then for the level 4 overclock, the only power plan that would run is the regular Windows balanced one, which actually was recommended in BIOS. So our best score today was 1910. So in the next video, I'm gonna take it to the next level, I guess. We're gonna crank up every single fan in this PC to full speed, just so our cooling performance is, you know, the best it can be, I guess. We're gonna max the pump speed out. And I'm going to probably mess around with memory timings manually, try to tighten them up as much as possible basically, and maybe possibly try to push the memory frequency to 33, but I have no idea if that is going to be stable. So in the next episode, gonna play around with memory timings, and hopefully we'll be able to get an ever so slightly higher score, and maybe mess around with CPU voltage, as well as, well, we could just do like a manual all-core overclock as well. We could try that, see what results we get with, like, you know, just a fully manual overclock. We could set a manual clock speed, a manual voltage. We could mess around with precision boost overdrive, as the CPU does support it. See if we can get some good results for that maybe. Just see, you know, what works best with my CPU, and perhaps, you know, maybe give you guys some ideas, or perhaps like some help with overclocking as well. Now, I am no expert at overclocking. This is the first time I'm ever overclocking a CPU. So, you know, I'm no expert by any means. However, I have watched Debarra and stuff. I've read some stuff online. So I've got a pretty good idea of like what I need to do, I guess. But apart from all that, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of this overclocking series. Goodbye.